Hi you guys, and welcome back to another Dauntingly Diana video. So today we're getting back into art, and as you can see here I have my beautiful moon mold that I'm going to be using some epoxy resin in. Now you guys haven't seen me work with this before. This is the one that we use the two parts to mix, and I'm going to show you that whole process right here now. So we got our cups all ready to go. And first we're going to use this part 1 resin, and this can be heated up ahead of time if you want, and then the part 2 is the hardener. And we're going to do a 1-to-1 mixing ratio. So basically pour half the cup with the resin, half the cup with the hardener. And then you see that I make up this third cup, and it's just kind of using the leftover bits in the bottom of the bottle. You can use, you can do this either by volume, by weight, or any other way that you want to do the mixing. Weight obviously is a little bit more accurate than doing it by volume this way. I'm just looking at the volume of the cup, but it seems to work for me okay when I do it this way. Now, as you can see, the hardener is very hard, like it's like a gel almost, so you have to kind of squeeze it out of the bottle. And then I'm just letting the bottle empty here. Now, this last cup that I show you, it didn't work out, and I left it in here because I want you guys to see what it looks like when it's not working out. You can see here that I'm mixing away. Now this is sped up, of course, so the mixing is not going this fast. You want to try not to mix too fast, as you can see all the bubbles inside there while I'm mixing. It's almost impossible to avoid bubbles, so I would just say mix carefully, mix thoroughly, and just keep on mixing. And eventually you'll see that it goes clear. Now you can see that one in the middle there is still kind of cloudy, and I'm cleaning up as I go. I like to clean constantly as I go, but you'll see later that it doesn't matter. Everything gets sticky anyways. So it's looking better, just mixing up that last little bit. And that's nice, looking nice and clear now, except for those little bubbles. And I mean, these are going to sit for a while, and I'm going to be mixing color and sparkles and things in, so it's gonna, there's a lot of places where air can be added into the mixture, unfortunately. Now this is the one that didn't work out. I think it had too much maybe hardener, and as you can see, it's not going clear, it's just turning white, and it stayed white no matter how much I mixed it. So you'll see in a couple minutes I give up on that. There we go. A couple seconds I give up on that and move on. Now I'm showing you my all of the different colors that I'm going to be making today. So we started off with a black, a purple, a red, an orange, and a yellow. And I'm just kind of divvying up that resin between these 5 cups because we have those 5 colors. So, and you'll see now I'm just going to add a few drops of the colorant and then mix that up thoroughly. Now this is an ink that I got from, I think it's Let's Resin, and there's a bunch of different colors. They're not opaque, they are translucent, or transparent, I guess. Translucent, I don't know, one of those. I always get them mixed up. And so that was the orange that we just mixed, and now this is the red. And now you'll see I'm going to mix in the purple, but I got the wrong purple out. So I started mixing this one, and I'm like, oh god, no, not that color, I want this one. So I put the other one was just a normal violet, and this one is a blue violet. And I just, like you saw, I just added it on top of the other color that was in there before. And there's our black. Now I'm adding down these sparkles that we're going to be using. I have a color sparkle to go with each cup, and the one on the top there, I don't have a yellow, but I do have gold, so I use gold in that one. This is my favorite part. I love putting sparkles in all of my pieces. I'm obsessed with it. I'm not a sparkly person myself, but I do love sparkly things. For this black, I did, because it was so translucent or whatever, I added a little bit of black mica powder to the mix because I wanted the black to be a little less see-through. And if you don't have mica powder, you can always use a tiny bit of acrylic paint if you have some, just not too much, because if you use too much, it's not going to clear the way that you want it to. So we have all our colors ready to go, and now you can see I'm cleaning up this mold. I'm not a clean after I'm done kind of person for molds. Sometimes I just get up and leave after I'm done working with stuff, but I am a clean before I get started the next time kind of a person. So you can see here I'm getting the mold clean. And this is pretty much my standard way, my workflow, I guess you would say. So I get out, my cups, make my mix, make my colors, put in any sparkles or embellishments that you want in there, and then it's time to pour. This is a Christmas present for my father and his wife. I did a couple for Greg's sisters as well, and they turned out really awesome. I think I might be looking to sell these when the time comes. I just want to make up a couple more to get them ready for the store. I love that red color. I might use that red on it, like a total red piece at some point. It's beautiful. Okay, and there you just saw me kind of like moving the colors around a little bit, and my desk is a little slanted, so when I moved this forward, I kind of moved the resin around a little bit just to make sure that it wasn't too much on one side or the other, or moving too much forward or too backwards, you know what I mean? Just to make sure that it's level. And now the magic happens. So this is 24 hours later. And this is my favorite part, the unmolding of the moon. Now this is in normal speed, you'll notice. And you see how sticky that was getting it up, so no matter how much I clean during my time going, I end up with that mess at the end anyways. And that was me I was working with some UV resin later on, so. And here we go, the unmolding. It's so sparkly. It's so sparkly. And the colors on this turned out wonderful. Like, I was super impressed by the way it turned out. Look at that, you guys. Isn't it so sparkly and shiny and pretty? So what we're gonna do now, I didn't have time to do a base on this one, but I did want to do a top coat. So you'll see I've just showed you that I have some UV resin there. And I'm gonna put the UV resin, just pour it right on top there, and I'm gonna use this little sort of a silicone sort of brush stick kind of a thing, like a painting kind of, I don't know how you'd say it. Anyways, I don't know how I lived without this thing before. It's the most amazing thing I've ever used. I'm gonna buy like 10 of them the next time I see them. It's wonderful. So this is a tedious part. You do have to make sure that you get all of the wells where the little Tealights go. You want to make sure that they're fairly around the same level. Some of them I have filled up a lot more, and I just used that extra bit to go around to places where I hadn't had any. And now we're using the UV lamp to cure that. So it takes about a minute, and you'll see I go around once, and then we're going to start putting some cute little stars and things on there just for some added cuteness. So you want to make sure that it's cured. If you don't cure it enough, you're going to get stickiness. So yeah, we just kind of go around, and at this point I'm getting out some stars that I'm going to start putting on there, and you'll see them in a moment here. I have some silver stars, I have some black ones and some gold ones, and some red ones, sorry, and you can see them going on here. It's a little tedious. I use a toothpick and I just add a little tiny bit of UV resin, and I pick up almost like a diamond painting, you know how you pick up the diamonds with a little stick? That's how I'm picking up these stars and placing them on there, and then I'm just smoothing out the UV resin to make sure that it's all nice and smooth looking for the finished product. And then cure with the UV lamp again. So the red ones are going on right now into this purple spot. And in a moment we'll move the lamp there, and then we'll start moving on to the red area. And there I'm putting some golden stars on in the red area. And then for the orange and the yellow, I did not have any red stars, so I put black stars on there. And you can barely see them there, but they are there. And I do have a lovely finished product photo for you guys at the end so you can see. And there we go. Now this is the last run under the lamp. And then here is the finished product. And they are gorgeous. And I also have a couple of pictures here of other ones that I've created that you can see. And they have the pictures of the tea lights inside. So they're gorgeous. I will probably put them up in my store. Again, store is coming soon. Stay tuned for an update video. I'll probably have one of those next week. Okay? And love you guys and have an awesome weekend and see you next week. Cheers!